I should put my keyboard away. Okay. We're back. We are, well, not, okay, I guess I can't really say back, but I can say back because this is going to be a new playthrough. So we're playing this game again, but it's not like
I don't think anyone ever
I'm not
expects
continuing
to wake up
from
one morning and find themselves
a different
caught in the
stream.
middle of a war between two secret organizations. I know I didn't. But here I am. On one side are the Templars, better known these days as Abstergo Industries. They're in the business of control. Politics, economics, technology. They won't stop until every single one of us serves them. Literally. Fighting against them are the Assassins, a group dedicated to safeguarding humanity's free will. I was born into the Brotherhood. A couple of weeks ago, the Templars found me. They took me prisoner, strapped me into a machine they built.
How is that footage mirrored?
It's called an Animus. And it's where I spent most of my time. Exploring the memories of my ancestors, discovering entire lives locked deep inside my DNA. First, I revisited the life of Altair ibn La'ahad, an assassin from the Crusades. The Templars wanted the location of something known as a Piece of Eden, an ancient artifact capable of bending people to their will. Once the Templars had what they were looking for, they decided my usefulness had come to an end. But Lucy saved me. Lucy. When things were at their worst, she revealed herself to be an assassin and helped me escape. I was hoping that would be the end of my misadventures, but we were just getting started. Back into another Animus I went. Now, I'm reliving the memories of Ezio Auditore da Firenze, my ancestor from the Renaissance, searching for a path forward. Through the bleeding effect, I'm becoming an assassin in more than just name. It will come in handy as the Templars prepare to enslave us all. They found us. They've crashed our hideout and we're fleeing the scene looking for a place to hide. Only there isn't any and time is running short. My name is Desmond Miles, and this is my story.
Why is that like the most cliche thing he could say? I'm Desmond Miles, and this is my story. It's like, yeah, duh, that's what we're looking at. No, you're jumping too far forward again. Didn't we learn this lesson from Assassin's Creed 1? You can't just start where you want to start. You gotta start at the beginning.
How did you find me? Mario Auditore led me here.
Good catch, you, Cesare. I still don't like you. I mean, I guess I can't. That doesn't hold weight when the whole point of replaying this is to try to like the game more, and I'm just getting started. Now, at the end of the game, and then if I still don't like him, then I can say that. But right now, that doesn't make sense.
Rebecca, what's going on?
I have to run some diagnostics. I'll get back to you.
Minerva? Oh, wait, is that Jupiter? I don't know my planets very well, but that appeared to be the latest one. Right. Minerva. The end of Assassin's Creed 2.
From this world, all of us, we can do no more. The rest is up to you, Desmond.
It's still really cool.
Who is Desmond? I don't understand. Please, wait. I have so many questions.
I really need to turn on subtitles. But I don't. This whole time I've been waiting to try to turn them on, but I don't want to press the pause button and end up skipping cutscenes instead of pausing, because sometimes that happens. Okay, it's officially playtime. Let me go down to not Ubisoft Connect. No, get out of that. No, misclicked. General subtitles on. There. Okay. It's still really cool to me that Assassin's Creed got to follow up a cliffhanger. Like, I mean, it's obvious now because, you know, Assassin's Creed is a really big franchise now, but it's so often you see games end on cliffhangers and then they never get to follow them up, or in some cases, they forget to follow up. But no, this is carrying on directly right after where Assassin's Creed 2 left off, and that is really cool. How often do you see a game do exactly that and be right after the last game ended? And still have the first game end, like, naturally. Like, Assassin's Creed 2 on its own is still just a good story that you don't need the other games to enjoy. But the fact that they managed to write a story that's satisfying on its own and also end on a cliffhanger to set up the next game, and then have that next game start right there is so cool. Anyway, so that's there already. There's some gushing for Brotherhood and points in its favor. Good job, Brotherhood. I don't hate Brotherhood. It's just like, you know, it just kind of feels like just more Assassin's Creed 2.
Than in the hands of man. Uncle.
But I think my problem is I always experience it right after Assassin's Creed 2.
Quick, climb up. We have to get out of here.
So here we are again, playing it again. Run at Ezio. Oh, they want me to Eagle Vision first. That is a thing they never do. Use Eagle Vision to highlight a climbing path. I would say they should bring that back, but I kind of like the era of you can climb literally anything with, like, I would say Origins, but I don't think Origins really does that, so I think it kind of started with Odyssey.
Would not believe the
And actually, Odyssey might be the only one that does that, because I don't think Valhalla continued that.
I expect opposition.
And I expect the Borgia to mourn the loss of many lives tonight.
Hang on, my Discord notifications. I turned off desktop notifications and all the other stuff, and it's still giving me notifications, and I don't want it to. Stop distracting me, Discord. Watch! You stop too! I don't care. We should set it to, like, don't do push notifications to my phone if I have the app open.
You have desecrated the sanctity of this holy place.
You condemn what you do not understand.
We must go, Ezio, now.
Oh yeah, so coincident, like such an unfortunate coincidence. The Pope in real life died, like I think it was like this morning. Dude, bad timing with me playing this game that
Barely.
Yeah, involves an evil Pope. But for one thing, we don't kill him. And the other thing is, it's not the same Pope, so I'm sure it's fine. Sure I won't get in any kind of trouble for just coincidentally playing this game today. I had been planning this for technically months, so it's... You can't say I just decided this on a whim. I have been talking about it. Oh, wait, right, I got... Target? There, okay, I forgot how to play. And the last time I replayed Assassin's Creed 2, I did get a lot of appreciation for how its combat works, so I'm sure that'll carry over. Wait, does this one have combo kill? It does, doesn't it? Yeah! Oh. Okay, hang on. Can I... Well, that's medicine. It's up. Ah, Mario, I was gonna do a thing. I wanted to see if it would work. Dang it. But yeah, like I think my whole problem with this game has been just playing it, or, you know, as Let's Plays watching it, right after Assassin's Creed 2. And it does give this effect of just, you know, rather than Assassin's Creed 2 ending nicely and ending at a decent length of game, that it kind of gives the effect of Assassin's Creed 2 just being one really long game that overstays its welcome. So I'm sure that giving myself time, a lot of time, a little bit more time than I wanted to, but oh well, things happen. There has been ample time between playing, you know, last time I replayed Assassin's Creed 2 and this current playthrough of Brotherhood. So, as you can tell by me fumbling with the controls, I'm definitely not fresh on how to play. So, it should feel fresh. It's been a long time since I played a traditional Assassin's Creed. I did mention before that I got Odyssey. I always have to stop and think about the title because there's Origins and then there's Odyssey, and they came out like right next to each other. Well, not right next to each other. I mean, no, one after the other. They're, in terms of release order, they're right next to each other. But yeah, I got Odyssey because I was playing that on Game Pass when I did that first playthrough, and then I stopped before finishing it. Was that a feather? No. And yeah, so rather than just refreshing Game Pass, which isn't really, I wouldn't say not really in my control, but yeah, I guess I could have been the one to pay for it, but I didn't want it. I don't want to subscribe. Don't want to pay for a subscription. But so I bought it on Steam. It was on sale.
This decision is yours alone to make. Only do so quickly.
And I replayed it
Do with it as you will later.
and got back to where I was at on the Xbox version. So that'll be next. You know, just in case you haven't been, you know, following all of my content, you're only watching Assassin's Creed stuff, that'll be next. We'll be doing Odyssey after we finish this, which I also did not like initially, but playing back to where I was, you know, where I left off so I can finish the whole game, I had way more fun with it. And it was absolutely because the first time I played it, my build was terrible. We doing cutscene stuff? Yeah, because I got subtitles on, I can keep talking over it. You know, this is my second time playing it. It doesn't have to be like a grandiose thing. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna let the cutscenes play out. Like, oh, I can, if I feel like talking, I can keep talking. I'll keep talking and no one explodes. Good old Monte Regioni.
And then Minerva talked about the sun. She told of a disaster that occurred long ago, and another that is coming.
Sometime far in the future, Vero. Then we need not.
Very far in the future.
See. Perhaps our work is finished.
Would that be so bad?
It's funny how he's talking about, I guess our work is done, at the beginning of a new Assassin's Creed game.
And it is now customary for you to fire cannonballs at visitors.
My apologies. We only installed them a few days ago. My men are still being trained in their use.
Sorry, take a drink of water. Keep going, Mario. I can lock onto you. Oh, that's what that was. It's because it had me locked on to Mario. And it's doing the Animus data effect that the feathers have. What is all that money I have? Where did that come from? Is it just assuming that's how much money I beat Assassin's Creed 2 with? Because that's about right. Seems about right.
Welcome back, Ezio. Ezio! Look, it is Ezio! Let me see!
Buongiorno. It's good to be home.
Two of them.
Felice! This place just keeps getting
Oh,
better.
what was he gonna say? Oh, man.
Thanks to you.
Brother!
Claudia. It is good to be home. How is mother?
She's fine. I heard you were returning, but I'm glad to see it with my own eyes. The Contessa of Forli is here to welcome you. I had no idea you were so famous.
Katarina? Here?
Is it finished then? Is the Spaniard truly dead?
Gather the others in Mario's study tonight. I'll explain everything there.
Steel yourself, Ezio. They will have many questions.
Claudia, tell the Contessa I look forward to seeing her this evening.
Okay, why are you... Why, what are we doing? I gotta do other memories? What? Like, I know there was the one where we carry the box to the... up to the villa. Is that this lady?
This box is heavy.
Yeah, you know, that's what I do when I can't
Salve.
carry something. I just
So many flowers.
stand in front of him and go,
Your
wow,
husband must
jeez,
be
this
very
sure
lucky."
is heavy.
I am the lucky one. I have you here to aid me.
Let me see what I can do.
Back there, I may have given you the wrong impression.
Oh?
I have no husband. The flowers are for a party.
Am I invited?
To Claudia Auditori's birthday party in the villa. If you are willing to help me again, I need someone with class to accompany me.
What makes you think I have class?
I could tell the moment I saw you. No one in this town walks with such bearing. I'm certain Ezio Auditori himself would be impressed.
Oh? What do you know of Ezio?
Claudia thinks the world of him, but he rarely visits her. From what I gather, he's distant.
She is right. I have been.
Oh no. You? The party was intended to be a surprise. Promise you will not tell Claudia.
What will you do to keep me quiet?
I am sure I can think of several things.
I'll be waiting to hear them when we get there.
Well, we're almost there. Just a little bit farther. Actually, I can hold the run button. I forgot I can do that. And it's always kind of dubious in what games you can move faster while carrying an object. I was gonna say heavy object.
Now about
I guess just in general carrying an object.
I have something in mind. There is one condition.
You know, if it's a heavy object,
You must
I
wait
understand
until
like not being
tomorrow.
able to speed yourself up. But if it's just a
Pleases
normal
you.
object,
I will not stand
like
in
that
your
box,
It will be
like
worth the wait.
you could
Ezio.
probably run.
Trust me.
Did you just steal one of my throwing knives? She totally had her hand on my throwing knives. I'm tempted to look around the Monteriggioni for collectibles, but I don't think there would be. Pretty sure you can't come back once the story gets going. So there shouldn't be anything here. I'll check the map just in case. Well, there's no markers, so I assume we're good. Man, I'm actually kind of looking forward to getting back to playing more Odyssey, because that was, like I said, I was having fun. Got into it once my build was actually good. Oh, right, that's the point I was making, was like, yeah, I had been playing Odyssey, so it's not like it's been, you know, the entire gap between when I streamed Assassin's Creed 2 again and now. I have played an Assassin's Creed since then, but not a traditional Assassin's Creed. You know, not this classic puppeteer system style.
So, these are the new cannons?
I think that's what they called it, the puppeteer system, with
try
like the
Yes,
head,
but
arm, legs,
Go on,
buttons
tell me.
layout.
we cannot seem to make them work properly, and the fool who mounted them is nowhere to be found.
Then it is up to me to find him.
We do not want to waste your time.
It is not any trouble. I have all the time in the world now.
The engineer. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon and burn Life's house down. Oh yeah, and I can hold B and I move even faster. Pokey
Salve,
being a
Messer.
playable racer in the
Need
new
you to fix the cannons on
the new Mario
battlements.
Kart World. You really can move faster now.
Repairs before noon.
Do you know what time it is?
I make cannons, not clocks.
If you are busy, someone else will fix them.
Uno momento. No one else will touch my cannons.
This guy really wants to have his cake and eat it too.
Soldiers have no respect.
Like, nah, I'm gonna get there when I get there. Oh, but you can't touch my cannons. No one's allowed to touch my cannons.
To feel her out. Give her a little encouragement. We are only equipped with simple cannons now, but I got hold of a design from France, a hand cannon. Something called a wrought iron murderer. Imagine firing a cannon from your hands. That is the future.
I don't know. I feel like that's a little shoehorn of a thing for him to say. It's like if someone was like, yeah, I heard there's this design for swords that fit in the palm of your hand. Imagine that. Tiny swords. Now that's the future. What are you doing? Come on. Is this not the spot? Are these not your cannons? There we go.
What have you done? We used them. They were not ready for firing. You could have gotten us all killed. Let me see.
His breath is more fatal than our cannons.
Only when you two fools are shooting them. There, try it.
Oh, okay. Apparently I'm doing it, not them. Not the
Hey,
ones he
that's
gestured
something.
to.
Test the alignment.
Hang on, I just gotta get it right over them. Okay. Oh, come on.
The aiming mechanism is fine. The problem must be behind the cannon. Again.
No, I think there's some hitbox nonsense going on here. There, see, it's supposed to align with the ground. That's what I was trying to do with the second shot. And then it went too far. It's like, what are you doing, cannon? Good thing I only need to hit 5 of them. Whoa. There? Nope.
Again.
No, that's too far. There? That says 2. I got 2 of 5. I'm gonna move on. Can I get? Are they? Let's see. This is my own depth perception going on here. Are they there? Yeah, there we go. Try these ones. There. That got him. Come on.
Again.
No, I thought I would just stop and go take a nap.
Again.
Okay, let me try. There? What is going on?
Again.
Is it overshooting? Am I? Okay, I think that got him.
At least someone here knows how to shoot. Now.
Yeah, it only took me
the
like
other
32 shots, but yeah, I got 5 targets.
I must go.
Thanks for your help. If you hear the cannons tomorrow, do not worry. We will be practicing at dawn.
Too bad it will not do you any good.
Very funny. Now fix the second cannon.
Man, that cannon repairman's attitude. It's like, jeez. It's like he knows he's the only guy around here who can fix a cannon. Well, actually, I guess that's not true because he's the only one he's the only one he wants touching the cannons. So I guess that implies that there are other people who could be fixing the cannons. He just doesn't want them to.
Buongiorno.
Ezio, Mario is going to murder me. I have lost his favorite horse.
Do not despair. I will bring it back.
God bless you, Ezio.
Hey! Aw. Oh, you stopping? You turn around? Gonna get... Okay, nope, I forgot what button is to... Oh, it's A. It says right there. Hold A to mount. Come on. Gotcha. Okay. I match L to soothe. No. It's not Breath of the Wild. What button was it in Twilight Princess?
Grazie,
I think it was
Ezio.
A.
I can no longer keep up with the horses.
Oh, but it wasn't
Promise me you
soothe. It
will
was like a
enjoy your
one-time
good health. Do not spend as
prompt
much
to
time in
end that
battle as your
little
Uncle
minigame.
Mario.
My battles have already been won.
That is good news. Arrivederci, Ezio.
That line is actually kind of sad to think. It's like, my work is already done. Or my battles have already been won. Like, no, they haven't been. It's sad that he's so optimistic about, like, how he's feeling after getting over his grudge towards Rodrigo. And then it's gonna bite him in the butt, and Rodrigo's gonna come back and make everything awful. Well, not awful, but, you know, he's gonna attack, and that's gonna be bad. It's like, Ezio didn't know. He didn't... Well, I don't know if it's not that he didn't think, but... It's just that when he said that, he didn't think in that moment that Rodrigo was gonna come back like the devil went down to Georgia. Comes back, and he loses again.
What do I owe the pleasure of your presence here?
I desire an allegiance. The papal armies have resumed their march on Forli. Your mercenaries would be a
It's weird to me that those rugs are like that.
It is likely that I can
instead of, you know, like going from the door to the stairs.
Mother.
But they sure do spruce up the place with them. Those rugs really tie the place together.
Machiavelli. It is done. Though not, I think, as any of us expected. I entered the Vaticano and faced Rodrigo. No! Used the power of the papal staff against me, but I defeated him. Combining the staff and the apple, I gained access to the vault. There, a moving painting of the goddess Minerva spoke. She told of a terrible tragedy to befall mankind in the future, but gave hope of lost temples that will provide aid to humanity. And then she called out to a phantom, Desmond, as if he were there, standing beside me. After her warning, she vanished.
Amazing.
It was funny to think that Minerva looked directly into the camera when she was addressing Desmond. It's like, Desmond's not the camera, Desmond is Ezio. Desmond is experiencing this in first person.
Did she appear human?
Yes, but her words proved otherwise. All of her kind died many years ago. I wish I could show you the magic she performed.
Who is Desmond, and where are these temples Minerva spoke of?
I do not know.
Perhaps we must search for them.
Tell me how it ended with Borgia. Did Rodrigo beg forgiveness? Make excuses? Promise power in return?
No. None of those things.
Interesting. I'm surprised he remained so composed.
I let him leave.
The Spaniard lives? Once our enemies are dead, we can speak of vaults and gods and ancient places. You should have killed him. We're sure to suffer for it.
I am not here to debate the past. Together, we should discuss the future.
No. I am leaving immediately for Roma.
Ezio, I do not know why you spared him, but I trust your judgment. Machiavelli will come around.
At this point in time, who is the leader of the Brotherhood? Is it Machiavelli or is it Mario? I guess it's Mario. Let me check the database here. Unarmed prophets have always been destroyed, whereas armed prophets have succeeded. These cynical words were written by Niccolo Machiavelli, one of the greatest minds of the Renaissance. Considered a pioneer of realist philosophy, he believed that all men are evil and will act upon their vicious nature if given the chance. There's an influencing attorney. Okay, this is about the real life Machiavelli. I'm looking for was assassin Machiavelli. Where's oh, he died in 1527. Place of burial remains unknown. Oh, that's a shame. For someone as historically important as Machiavelli, he deserves to have a known place of burial. But I don't know, maybe that was something he requested, not, you know, having a place that was secret so it couldn't be vandalized or whatnot. Yeah, it doesn't say if he was the leader of the bunch. We do know him well, though. Thanks for spoiling what's about to happen, mission picture. Database. People. contacts? Yes, contacts. Some important... Condottiere? Condottieri? Condottieri? Patrolling the Tuscany countryside, Mario was a born leader. He began his military career as a 6-year-old when he played a significant role in the Florentine and Milanese conflict at the Battle of Anghiari. While on expedition to Monterchi with his father, he alerted the Florentine general Micheletto Attendolo to the appearance of several dust clouds over the road, which signaled a surprise attack by the Milanese troops. Thanks to Mario, the Milanese attack was foiled, and Florentines won the battle. While Mario's younger brother Giovanni moved to Florence in 1454 to pursue a career in banking, Mario stayed at the family's villa in Monteriggioni, stating in a letter to Giovanni that he preferred fighting like a man to filling out balance sheets. After Giovanni's death, Mario brought Ezio, Claudia, and Maria to the family villa and taught Ezio about the conflict between the Assassins and the Templars. Ever since, Ezio and his uncle have been inseparable. That's nice. Where are we going now? Up? We're going up. Yeah, the new decor in the villa. It's a shame we don't get to come back. Looks really nice now. I don't know why it had me go to that door. I don't think that door leads to the bathroom. Pretty sure that's the door to Maria's room. You can't just step out of those boots. They have like 8 buckles on them. And I'm surprised that dress doesn't have more layers to it. I would have expected... Well, I guess that's more of a Victorian thing. I don't know. What do I know about dresses? I don't know anything about fashion, let alone women's fashion. Let alone Renaissance Italy women's fashion. I do kind of wish I knew more about fashion. I think it would help my character design skills. But that's just not something I really know how to pursue, I guess. Aside from just looking at a bunch of pictures of outfits. You know, reading magazines, I guess. And then there's YouTube. You know, you can learn a lot from YouTube, but... Well, I was going to say, I don't know any fashion YouTubers I would watch. I guess that depends on your definition of that, because Safia Nygaard does sometimes do videos about fashion, but not, like, strictly fashion. Sometimes it's weird fashion, like a gigantic scarf that can, like, wrap your whole body up.
One should always have the freedom to choose. Shh. What's that?
Probably just training exercises. Mierda. I have to find Mario and rally the troops.
My men are in the courtyard. I aim to lead them around back and flank our attackers.
Stay out of sight.
I like how the camera pans over to the armor, like you're supposed to gather in that like 1.5-second shot that like, oh no, the armor has been destroyed. It's like as far as I can glance from that shot, it's like, oh yeah, the armor is right there and it's not particularly buried under anything. You should grab it.
How did we not see this?
They must have massed to the east during the night. We need to hold them off until the townspeople have escaped.
I will take care of it.
Use the cannons above the ramparts. I intend to lead a frontal assault.
Do you have it?
I am keeping it safe. The Borgia must not be allowed to breach the walls until everyone is safely away. Insieme per la vittoria.
Insieme. Uncle, be careful.
I will.
Man, it's too bad they didn't know Ezio has protagonist armor and he could just win all combat encounters because he's the protagonist. My money! Yeah, sorry, I was inhaling so I could talk, and then I inhaled spit. I suppose this part's kind of cool. You know, really emphasizes the destruction that's... There we go, I was trying to hold it. Holding the buttons and it wasn't registering. Which I feel especially bad about the Villa being destroyed, because that's like a family, you know, the auditory families. I don't know if a place of residence can be an heirloom, but you know, something like that. You know, it's something that has been in the family for at least a few generations. And now it's destroyed. It's unlivable. I've got to press A to use a cannon. Can I destroy that? Is that enough? Do I need to hit it again? See, that's cool that that falls apart. Because it seems so big and like it's just a set piece that it doesn't seem like you can destroy it. Excuse me. Yeah, I suppose the destruction is cool, you know, riding through town on your horse. It's kind of cool. You know, it does remind me of that scene I like in Assassin's Creed 3, where you're doing basically the same thing in Bunker Hill, I think? Is it Charleston? I don't remember. You know, some important place in America that was under attack. Got blown up by cannons. I think I'm about to lose. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Oh, the other cannon. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on in this section, to be honest. I don't know what I'm supposed to be dealing with to help, you know, help me avoid losing city fortifications there, which I assume is supposed to be... You know, I want that to be high. I want it to not go down. I'm probably going to lose when it empties. Villagers left to flee. I assume I want that to go down, because you want the people to get out. Come close. Oh, stop. Get out of here.
Keep going.
Nope, yep, desynchronized. I can't tell if it... No, okay. I was gonna say, I can't tell if Ezio ragdolled from dying, and then he just happened to fall face first onto the cannon. No, he did not ragdoll. Because Ezio didn't die. The town did. That's where we checkpointed. Which cannon? A little faster, please. Man, I hope this game loads faster when I play on Switch 2. Okay, so starting before the cannon section. Still 190 people to flee. How about I destroy cannons? How about I focus on them? Like, I think the tower is moving. But I'm pretty sure the cannons are what are causing me to lose fortifications. Looks like I got a good chunk of them there. Okay, I can spare a couple cannonballs for the tower. See if I can maybe aim it to get the cannons too. I don't think I did. But yeah, I keep getting distracted from my train of thought about the scene going through town. It's definitely a scene that's like, ooh, look at how cinematic we are. Which, I don't know that it really, I mean, well, I was gonna say, I don't know that it really holds up. It's not that it doesn't hold up, it's just like, you know, nowadays I feel like it's more blatantly like, yeah, this is just a fancy cutscene. The fact that you're playing it doesn't really make a difference. Where's the cannons on this side? Get something over there. I did. I don't know if I'm gonna make it this time either. I take too long to line up my shots. Look, they're flailing a white flag. That means we win. They give up. No, I think that's just their flag.
Keep going!
Come on.
Almost all the townspeople are outside the walls.
I think we're gonna make it this time, actually. 20, 15, 10, 5. We did it. Hey, you stop advancing. Take that.
You have saved them! Wait! Soldiers are climbing the walls! Signore! Forget the
Ah, man, I knew I should have blown up the tower on that side.
Go! I will carry on here!
Gotta go. Wait, no, I gotta go here? Oh, up. I was trying to go around to the side. Yep, jump. Jump down. There we go. Okay. Dodge. Dodge. Oh, can you not sidestep anymore? You have, like, dodge is now, like, a counter move? Man, I really liked how you could, like, if you dodged twice behind someone, you could get in a free kill. Does that not work in this game now? I don't think it does, but I guess it won't matter because this game apparently has combo kill. Also, I forgot that this game has, I don't know how to do it. Maybe I can't do it yet, but I can see my gun is equipped right now. So I forgot that they gave each weapon sub-weapons. Well, not each weapon, but, you know, the sword has gun, and I believe the short sword / knife has the throwing knives. I like how that guy just put his hands up to drop his sword so I can kill him. Yeah, so this guy is why they changed dodge, I bet. Because they're too strong to block. What are you doing? So you gotta use dodge to dodge them. I am going to miss how it worked in Assassin's Creed 2, but I guess that's just something I can replay Assassin's Creed 2 for. Just be like, yeah, remember when you could do that? Let me replay Assassin's Creed 2 so I could do that again. So I'm not gonna be mad at this game for changing that, because I know it does have other good combat changes, like combo kill.
Ezio! The Pope told me about you and your little group of assassins. And this! Give me the gun his friend fashioned for us.
How do you know we're
Too
friends?
much bloodshed. I think the cleansing is in order. So consider this an invitation from my family to yours.
Oh, I thought the next time we wake up we're in Rome.
Look out! They are coming! Everyone!
Right, I forgot there's an
retreat to the
escape
villa!
tunnel sequence.
I cannot fight like this. Stand with me.
Get him!
The tutorial for ordering your men. Or, no, never mind. He said you can't fight like this. I thought this was... You could tell how much of this game I remember. That I thought this was going to be a part where Ezio actually doesn't fight. And you have to have your men... You gotta send them to do it. But, oh well.
Get them back! Mio, canaglia! Aha! On him!
Well, camera, what are you doing? I don't like this camera. There, that's better. Excuse me.
I see him. They messed with the wrong.
So yeah, can't do the dodge stuff, but I can do throwing knives. Or can I? No. Okay, I don't have a short sword, but when I get one again, or not short sword, when I get a knife, I should be able to do that. Or maybe I have to go to training to learn to do it, but possibly same thing with the, throwing dirt. I think that's still a thing in this. So it's really just a dodge. It's like the one thing I grew to love about Assassin's Creed 2's combat. And even then, it wasn't really reliable, because enemies would still watch you as you try to drift behind them, so it's like it wasn't a guaranteed to work thing. Oh, execution streak, that's what they call it. Not combo kill. I'm in no shape to fight.
I'm just doing my job.
No shape to fight.
You don't have the stomach.
Come on, guys. I'm in no shape to fight right now. Go easy on me. I'm in no shape to fight. Come on, guys. Be careful. Oh, there we go. You hold attack, and there you go. There's the gun. It's like, yeah, I was gonna say, why are you not running? Oh, I think it wanted me to select pistol for that part with the woman. She was being held. But they didn't kill her when I got close, so it didn't matter. Can I loot bullets? I remember this game being good about giving you ammo. Yeah, there we go. There's poison. So it should not be... nope. Alas, Horatio... Or no, Uric. I knew him, Horatio. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it's giving me poison and bullets. Which is awesome. Something I did like about this game. It's like, you should get all your stuff back when you kill a guy.
I will hold them back. Stop! Wait for us!
We thought you had been killed, Sir Ezio.
Not yet.
Where does this passage lead?
To the north, outside the walls.
I am surprised it exists. Let me through. I must go help the troops.
Hurry, Ezio!
I remember that guy is
Where's Mother? Is she all right?
He's a spy. He's a Borgia spy. But I don't remember the significance of that, and I don't remember how Ezio finds out.
The way out will be dangerous. Protect our mother.
And at that rate, I was like, why'd I bring it back up at all? It's like, oh, well, I remember looking at that guy. Hey, look, Aya. Right? Was she the snake? Was she the one who used the snake, or did she use poison?
Where is Mario? I thought he would be waiting for us.
The Borgia infantry are circling the town!
Mario is dead. You must leave this place. Take Mother to Firenze. Get me a horse.
You are not coming with us. Where are you riding?
To Roma.
Go, my son. Destroy them. But remember for whom we assassins fight.
Those statues are still like one of my biggest disappointments with the entire Assassin's Creed series. Because it's like, you don't get to play as Aya, like, all that much. She doesn't get a campaign or DLC or anything. She's like a side character in Origins. And honestly, I don't think she's that well written either. And then the guy with the hidden blade is DLC for Odyssey, which I did get. So we will be able to see that, but it's a shame that he's DLC. And then I'm pretty sure one of the statues just doesn't show up at all. You know, that character just never gets a piece in any of the stories. I think 2 of them are in comics.
Tell me what's going on.
Or comic
Sorry,
exclusive.
Piece of Eden. In the Vatican,
Minerva
and then one
talked
of them
about
is going to
other
be a,
temples, that they're
I
the
think,
key
side
to
character
preventing
in
whatever terrible
an
thing is about to
app.
happen to the Earth.
That I'm not even sure the app is
Right.
out yet. It's just disappointing that the game never put more, the games never focused more on the statues. Like, if I were running the show, once you finish with the Desmond saga, start focusing on the statues. Start telling stories about each one of those statue people.
When she touched it.
Wait, we're at the Auditore Villa.
Yes, it's our last safe house in
Oh, it's still standing. I forgot
Turns
how.
out the Templars are watching the
Doesn't
border.
actually look that bad.
Ezio hid the PoE sometime in 1507, but when I try to access that DNA sequence, he seems to be remembering something else.
Like a memory inside a memory?
Yes, exactly. Maybe.
Exactly, maybe.
I believe you experienced something similar back at Abstergo, didn't you?
Subject 15 exhibited memory within memory-like patterns, but she was pregnant. The memories of both the fetus's father and mother were competing.
Desmond's not pregnant, at least, as far as I can tell. Might just have had a big lunch.
Can you skip ahead to a later memory?
No, it doesn't work.
Well, that sounds familiar. We couldn't access Altair's later memories until Desmond had improved his synchronization.
Then it's possible something similar's occurred here. Ezio's troubled state is being transposed onto Desmond, destabilizing the memory. Either that, or Rebecca's just not a very good engineer.
Thanks, asshole.
What? I'm simply listing possible explanations. And that is amongst the most likely. Touchy?
This place isn't secure. Cell phone surveillance can see right through the walls.
Don't you mean satellite surveillance?
Are you kidding? Abstergo upgraded to cell towers ages ago. The waves go through everything above ground. They're gonna find us.
No, they aren't. Come with me.
I don't know how factual that is, that you can find someone using cell towers. Like, I understand tracking cell phones, but I would feel like that's an easy thing for assassins to overcome. You know, just not have cell phones.
There's a beam blocking it from the inside. We're not getting in this way.
But I don't know if...
What's
Like,
our
I
next
think they're
route?
implying that
The road
they can
just
use
leads
the
back into the
towers
highway.
to
This is
track
not a
their
good place for us to be
technology.
right now.
You know, their
Do we have any
computers and
cars?
stuff. You know,
We need to cover
their
up the day.
animus.
I really hate to stress this,
But I don't know
yeah,
if that's
we are
really a
running out
thing.
of time.
You know, not if
Well,
they're
help
not...
us then, Sean.
You know,
Do
if
you
they're
have
not
any
devices
ideas?
that actively seek out a cell signal.
Maybe there's another way into the sanctuary.
Hey, I think I've got something.
It's Ezio's ghost. I don't know why he's going over here when the...
Follow me.
This fence probably wasn't broken when he was here, escaping the villa.
Desmond, that was pretty... awesome.
It just felt natural. We can get
I
in
don't
through
remember
here.
Desmond having that bag on his
Good
back.
job.
We'll just wait up here then, shall we?
It's a weird
all alone
bag.
With massive targets painted on our backs.
It's like it's slung over his shoulder like it's like a messenger bag or whatever you call those. You know, the kind of bag that you only wear over one shoulder
Sean,
and then it goes across your back.
It's great to
But
be
it's
out of the enemy.
big.
this isn't exactly my
It's like, why is
idea
that
of a
just
good
not
time.
a regular backpack?
Let me guess.
If you need all
You're
that
more
stuff.
The embedded six type.
What? Desmond. I know how to have fun.
Oh, that's very convincing. Yeah, I'm convinced.
Nope. Aren't we supposed
Okay,
to
okay, after we
pull
save
out
the world, I'll show you.
glow sticks or something?
Wait, can I get that in writing?
We have light.
Was that masking a loading screen or something? That may have been masking a loading screen. But yeah, look at that backpack. It's like, that's too big of a bag to... I would think that would be too big of a bag to be practical as an over-the-shoulder bag like that. Why am I being slowed down by people that aren't there?
Run! Get out before I soldati catch you! Correte! Go!
Ooh, we gotta bail by the door.
They escaped through here.
Sacrifice to the door gods.
Ezio and the villagers. After the attack, I can see them now.
I know it's difficult, but try to compartmentalize, Desmond. Focus on the present.
What if I can't stop the visions? How long before I start painting symbols on the walls?
Don't joke about that. 16 is dead. We're focusing on the present, okay?
What if I can get a good look at his hidden blade? It's like they in that cutscene where they were recapping Assassin's Creed 2, it looked like the skeleton's still there.
Great.
It looked like the one they gave him looked just like the one Ezio has, but the one he has on now definitely is not.
Ready. Any chance you can lift that gate?
Not unless you want me to end up like that skeleton.
I'll find a way around.
He said lift the gate, not come back under it. But enough nitpicking Desmond's design. Let me talk about Lucy's.
Watch out for bats.
Where?
I meant in case you see any.
Remind me not to make you a lookout.
So I like Lucy's jacket. I didn't really care for that sleeveless shirt she had on in Assassin's Creed 2, which I think she still has on. She just has the jacket over it now. I think it looks it's a much better outfit with the jacket on.
Desmond?
More ghosts.
I bet there's still bloodstains on that shirt though.
I'm here, okay?
It still hasn't changed the shirt. It's like, at least put on one that isn't covered in blood. I don't care if you keep the same style. Just change out of the blood.
Did anything fall on you?
No. Is Mother alright?
Desmond, we can't climb this.
How about you give me a boost?
That's a bad idea.
I could throw you into the air and you grab the ledge.
Even worse.
Follow me.
I'll pull the lever.
How about this?
Don't know what it does.
What are you going to...
Oh, right. That move.
Nice job.
I aim to please. I wonder how
I
old
think he
these
learned
tunnels
that
are.
from Ezio.
Middle Ages, probably. Luckily, the
come
beams
on.
still hold our weight.
After all this time in the Animus, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but you're really getting fat.
Ouch.
I even told
Oops.
Rebecca to widen the Animus.
Seriously?
No.
If anything, you would widen the chair, not widen the Animus itself. Like, the Animus is the computer part. The chair is a chair.
Ready.
Especially the one we're working with. The mobile Animus, or... Was it mobile? Maybe it's just Animus 2.0.
When Ezio came here.
Yeah, I meant Ezio.
I shouldn't put you through all this. It's not right.
Hey, all joking aside, I'm having the time of my life. And it's thanks to you.
Just focus on where you're going, okay?
Oh, I gotta go down. I do wonder how much these games took inspiration from Uncharted. Or if it's just a case of, you know, similar trains of thought. Like, oh, we got these climbing mechanics. Let's have sections where Desmond is climbing.
Nothing.
Nice try.
But the funny thing is, I think isn't Desmond voiced by Nolan North? Which is the same voice actor as Nathan Drake, I think? So, like, yeah, these Desmond sections are basically Uncharted.
Something's open.
I say as someone who has never played more than like 10 minutes of an Uncharted game.
Great. Ezio gets a bath with Katerina Sforza, and I get a swim in a toilet.
I mean, hey, you got to experience it too, technically, because... Oh, hold any button.
I've got this one.
You got to relive that memory. Do I have to keep holding?
There's another lever at the end. Come over
Excuse
here.
me. Where? I can swim in the toilet.
Oh man, it's freezing.
Stop
Freezing
whining.
toilet.
It's easy for you to say. You aren't swimming in medieval toxic waste. Ugh.
Climb up. There we go. It's like I'm holding B too soon to climb stuff.
I smell terrible.
You're exaggerating.
And then we go to the side. We gotta do a little jump.
Remember, this is the
It's like stage 3 in Ninja Warrior.
Yeah.
Which makes it sound like I'm talking about a video game, but no, I mean the competition. The real-life competition. With real-life people doing real-life athletic things. Oh, do I have to hold the button again?
Okay, release it.
How come you don't have to get wet?
Because you're here.
If they had this, how did soldiers follow them back to, like, practically near the entrance where there was the one guy who got crushed by the fence? How did they make it that far? It feels very specifically set up so that your enemies wouldn't follow you that far. It's also a lot less linear than you would expect an escape tunnel to be. But I guess it's also the cistern, so I guess it's big because it's a cistern.
Great, the bridge is out. We can't jump this.
I have an idea. You'll have to help me. Stand at the edge and get ready.
Ready.
I feel like the cutscene could have just continued. It didn't need me to stand there and press A. Or press any button.
Let me see.
Oh, you go on ahead. I'll just stay here to die in the dark with the bats.
Jump across.
Nice work.
That was a really funky landing.
For now.
And she's doing all this climbing in heels.
I have found an entrance.
Oh, not there. The hole in the wall, of course. Faster than taking the ladder down. I swear, it's always the cooler option in games to not use the ladder. Like, that's always where the cooler thing is. If you can climb down without using a ladder, don't take the ladder. You can climb up without using the ladder, don't use the ladder.
Good. Let me just go and get that bridge down for you.
I did the last one.
And I'm sure that will be your last one.
Haha, very funny.
It's like using Ascend in Tears of the Kingdom. It's like, if you can Ascend instead of using a ladder,
got it.
You should. Because Ascend is
Thank you, Desmond.
probably faster in most cases, I would imagine. You know, I also wonder, sometimes Ascend is like, you know, it takes longer than you would think it would take to go up through the thing you're climbing through. I wonder if that's the game, like, loading. And it makes me wonder if it would load faster on Switch 2.
Thanks.
You know, if Ascend would be a little snappier because it can load faster.
Do your magic.
Do you mean climb? Climb here? Climb. Grab the rope ends. That's what Ezio would do if he were climbing. Or go down? She said do your magic, so I thought it's like, you know, throw her again. No, I see now. I'm climbing around. Camera, move over, please. Oh, I thought I'd walk along the rope. No. I'm trying to remember the name of... I saw someone on Reddit is making a website to talk about, or to list the official performance stats for Switch games. And they said they have plans to update it when the Switch 2 comes out. I can't remember what it's called.
Go.
Here, let me open Reddit real quick. Because I did save it. I was looking at it earlier, and it's definitely not a complete list.
Thanks. We make a good team.
Handheld performance. So yeah, handheld-performance.com. You know, the little... Specify the dash, because, you know, it's got the little... Or is it a hyphen? You know, like Spider-Man. It's not one word. It's got the little dash between. It's like that, handheld performance. And I was looking at it. It's like some games actually do kind of surprise me at how well they run.
I can
It's
see
like-
the sanctuary.
It's like Mario Odyssey runs it, or not Odyssey, Mario Wonder runs it like 720p in handheld. Like, that kind of surprised me. 60 frames per second. Didn't know it was running that good. Yeah, this is definitely hiding a load screen. And I see some games have dynamic resolution. It makes me wonder, ooh, on Switch 2, is it gonna run better? Is it not gonna need a patch? I'm so impatient.
Wow.
I'm so impatient to get a Switch 2 and then play all the games I already own on it and see if they run better without needing a patch. Because I don't want to sit around waiting for a patch. Not every game I play is gonna
Ezio
get a
must have come
patch.
back here way after the attack. But why?
Like these games. I highly doubt Ubisoft is gonna
Right.
update
Let's open that door.
their Switch Assassin's Creed games to run better on Switch 2. Why do that when they can just sell you Switch 2 ports? But, you can say what you want about, Nintendo charging for some games to have the, the graphical updates for Switch 2. That's one thing, but, Ubisoft absolutely would just straight up sell you a new copy of the game.
There's something here.
Can you open?
I give me 2 seconds to press the button input, Sean. Jeez. I only just now saw that there were the things there.
You guys did
Which
it.
Desmond relived this memory, so he should have seen. He relived the memory of Ezio opening that or
Looks
closing
like
it.
something Ezio left behind. There are numbers underneath it. 1419, 1420, and 1421.
Maybe you should lie down for a bit.
No, it's all right. I'm fine.
Whoa, they really built this place to last. No signs of structural damage, no cell signal either. Should be safe to set up. Let's get the Animus down there.
Okay, everything's good here. Sean, hide the van in town, and make sure you aren't followed.
What is that smell?
It's my clothes.
They smell like you swam through a sewer.
It was Lucy's idea.
Wait a second, guys. We need power down here. There's a line running nearby I can hook into, but the wattage is weak.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Anything else you two would like? Some caviar, perhaps? Maybe you'd like me to knit you a lovely hat? No? Fine, follow me.
Man, Sean is so crabby in this game. I like his sass, but he's just so grumpy right now. I mean, they are running for their lives, I guess, so understandable, I guess. But still, like, geez, Sean. Just take a breath. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to hydrate.
Right.
Stay a little close.
Boxes. Rebecca's little doodahs, they'll reroute small amounts of electricity to the power line underneath the villa. Don't ask me how they work. If I understood that, I wouldn't be the fella hiding the van.
Eagle vision. So wait, I hit this one first and then the rest. Yeah, speaking of Switch 2 ports, apparently Assassin's Creed Shadows has been rated for Switch 2. Or a Switch 2 version has gotten an ESRB rating. Kind of leaking that it's going to be on Switch 2. I'm tempted to wait for it because I would love to have it portably. But I absolutely want to see how it performs first. Like I have a lot of confidence in the Switch 2's ability, but considering that the specs are, supposedly somewhere between like a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 4 Pro, and considering how Syndicate looked on the Pro versus how it looks on the, well, not the Pro, how it looked on the PS4 versus how it looks on my computer, which I don't know if I have a particularly good computer. It is a good computer. I just don't know if it's like especially good. But Am I supposed to be looking around the villa or around town? Let me go look around town. I think I'm remembering now. It's around town. But yeah, like, considering what Assassin's Creed looks like on PS4, I don't know that I want shadows to look like that. So I'm hoping that... Why are these lights in cubes? That's kind of weird. They're not even casting the shadows of the cages that they're in. Yeah, I would have to see how... I would need a that is like the one game I would need a graphics comparison for. It's like I'm willing to compromise for a portable version, but I don't want to compromise too much, you know? Still want it to look good. And it's not that Syndicate didn't look good on the PS4, but it definitely it's not as good as on PC. So I think I'm just too spoiled by how, you know, how Unity looked, and then going from that on the PC to Syndicate on the PS4 is like, oh, that's a noticeable downgrade. Ugh. So I would like to avoid that feeling if I can with a Switch 2 version. And, you know, it also depends on how long it takes me to get around to finishing Odyssey. Because if it ends up taking me until June to finish Odyssey, then yeah, sure, maybe I'll wait for a Switch 2 Shadows port. Assuming that it would, you know, be... I want to say a launch title. I don't know if that's... I guess it's still a launch title, even if it's not made by Nintendo. I think that's how that works. But yeah, I don't want to wait too long for it. Like, if it's like, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows coming December. It's like, okay, no, I'm not waiting. Although, you know, now that it crosses my mind, like, yeah, I'm gonna try to get Mario Kart. You know, get the Mario Kart bundle. So it's like, am I gonna want to play Shadows while I have Mario Kart? Or am I just gonna want to play Mario Kart the whole time? So that's another thing. That's another potential... I was gonna say hazard. I guess more like obstacle. So not really a danger, just more like something that might convince me to get the PC version instead. Well, okay, I guess it's not like I can't have that and Mario Kart and then just, you know, not play as much off-screen as I thought I would. Because my thinking is like, you know, I do the main story for streams, like I usually do, and then, like, I explore on my own, you know, off-screen, and my ideal experience for that would be to just have it on the Switch and just, excuse me, to just undock it, you know, go handheld mode, and play that way, because that's my preferred way to play games.
I'm back.
Just in time. The sun's rising.
So for me,
Yes,
that's
booted.
better
We're good to go.
than having it on the PC, because it's easier to just pick up and play, and like, I'm kind of tired of exploring, and then I put it down.
Hello, am I speaking out loud?
Where with
Hello?
the PC version, you have to keep you know, booting it up, waiting for it to load. It's not as good for pick up and play. Okay, so I can get back to the Animus now. Where's that again? It's right there. I almost wonder if I could, like...
As you may have noticed in the van, I've made some
I got thrown off
improvements
because
to
it's
the
like, oh,
Animus,
pause
and I've
menu?
also
I didn't press
patched in
pause.
a new VR training program. Here you can show off all those flashy moves you picked up from your ancestors. Let me open one of the missions.
Flawless hidden blade. What was that? In 45 seconds, get the longest kill streak possible. Okay. Oop. Not gonna get it. Like, there. No, lock on. This is not going well. There, I'm trying to get the execution chain going. Oh, don't interrupt it. Good. You can still counter while you're doing that too, so that's the tricky part about it. You gotta be ready for that. That does feel really good though. And you know, I think future Assassin's Creed games are so lenient with combat that it's easy to just keep kill training everyone. So I actually like to see that this game does let enemies still attack you while you're doing that.
Sessions, I'll add additional challenges.
Oh, so it's just challenge mode?
To stop your subconscious from rejecting Ezio's later memories, you're gonna have to live them in the order his genome recorded them. Highlight sequence 2 for me, Desmond. Good, now select it and you're gonna see the memories inside. Once you've unlocked a memory, by accessing this menu, you can relive it as many times as you want.
Which is a new thing for this
What
game.
if there are memories I just want to forget?
Desmond, this is very important. If you need to take a break, log out of the Animus. You can leave the machine whenever you like.
I'm all set to go. Don't worry.
One last thing. As you raise your synchronization by executing events the way Ezio lived them, you might even discover some repressed memories. Okay, let's get started. Select the first memory.
Wait, does that mean that there are sections that you can only play by getting 100%?
Desmond, I've been looking at those gibberish
I don't remember that
5-digit
being a thing.
codes from the end of Subject 16's files, and I seem to have discovered a remarkable coincidence. The codes correspond perfectly with coordinates inside the Animus. I've tagged the landmarks, pinpointed by the coordinates with eye icons in the database. Now, odds are you won't find anything there, but, well, who knows?
Yeah, now that I think about it, I could probably look up like what Shadows looks like on other consoles and then probably have a good guess of what it runs like, or what it would potentially run like on Switch 2 to get an idea.
Where have you brought me?
Because, you know, it only has so many graphical settings, I imagine, so, you know, it has a lower threshold, I guess, for lack of a better way of explaining it. Like I'm sure there's only so low the graphics go, I mean, so, like, how compromised would a Switch 2 version be? But, you know, I guess thinking about, like, Cyberpunk on Switch 2, apparently there's, like, you know, frame rate issues, some, you know, noticeable shortcomings. So I guess that's probably what you should expect from us, from Shadows on Switch 2. But I'll remain optimistic and believe that it'll be a surprisingly well-optimized, incredible port.
Yes, or what is left of it since the Borgia came to power.
And the Mausoleo?
Unfortunately, you cannot see it from here.
How about from the top of that church?
Yes, but the stairs up are closed.
That should not be a problem. Vi ringrazio di tutto quello che avete fatto per me, buona donna. Addio.
Okay, yep, good as new. Except full synchronization, do not drop below 1 health square. I'm tempted to go for those, but I know they can get pretty tricky, so I don't want to, you know, prolong how long I'm streaming this game for because I'm trying to get the fancy bonus objectives. But I will try my best. You know, maybe only give myself a handful of attempts. If I feel like I'm close the first time, I definitely might try again. But yeah, I don't want to make this go longer than it needs to.
Ah, my arm.
Salute. I require medicine.
Let me look. Someone your age cannot recover from a wound like this with medicine. Here is something to dull the pain. You will heal over time.
Grazie.
4 out of 5 doctors would suggest leeches, but they have not proven effective against such things. However, I can recommend several good colleagues around the city. Do you need anything else? Healing services for all God's flock.
So now I take the medicine. Take the medicine. And now I'm feeling better. Yeah!
Someone
Full strength.
Imbecile.
Ezio, aren't you like 40 right now? I mean, I wouldn't call that old, but like, yeah, you know, your ability to recover definitely has been slowing down. I think the doctor has a point, Ezio. You know, even I'm at the age where I feel like I start to get sore for no reason after doing light, you know, any kind of light physical, I don't want to say exercise, but, you know, light physical labor. And I'm not even 40. Not even 30 yet. It's like, yeah, aging will take its toll fairly quickly.
Resisting arrest. We will show him how things operate under the Borgia.
Machiavelli can wait.
Okay, it's time for me to take a break. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. I know that was a little abrupt, but it's like, yeah, you know, Machiavelli can wait. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I feel like this game took a little while to finally let you be Ezio. Like, it's been like an hour and a half. And we're finally now into the game proper. But I guess that depends on, you know, how you view where Assassin's Creed 2 properly starts. Because, like, you know, you have the whole section of playing as Ezio before he becomes an assassin. So you could argue that that game also doesn't start for a while because, you know, you have to not only play through the part where, you know, it's Desmond escaping Abstergo, but then also you have to play through, there's like that, you know, brief section where Ezio has a baby, and then, you know, it will get you to be, like, proper Ezio quickly. But you don't have your, you know, you don't have your sword, you don't have hidden blades. So you could argue that the game hasn't truly started until you get to that point where he has the hidden blade and, you know, the assassin outfit. And, like, you could also, you know, possibly argue, I'm not sure if, trying to figure out how to better, you know, more cleanly express this train of thought. It may not even be the same point where the open world opens up, which is, I would say, that's what has happened right now with Brotherhood. Now we're Ezio. You know, once we finish this mission, then we can go do open world stuff. I don't know when you really get that in Assassin's Creed 2. I think once you're like, once you're I was gonna say adult Ezio. I guess technically teenager Ezio. I think he's like 17 when you start. Maybe 18. Or maybe even 19, I don't know. But I think he's still in the teens, technically. Like, I think once you get the mission from Petruccio about collecting feathers, then you can start picking up the, you know, the 100 feathers that are around in the game. So that's the point where I would say, yeah, that's the game has started properly. Hang on, let me switch my sword. I pressed counter. There. This guy, not the guy, that guy. Okay. Well, oh, I didn't even know that guy was there. So I guess I wouldn't be surprised if Assassin's Creed 2 also takes like an hour and a half to get into like the quote-unquote the proper game.
She was beautiful.
She was. Until that porco defiled her. I wish he'd just killed her. I wish he'd just killed La Mia Amata. People who saw her grow up cheered when he spat on her. Smiles on their faces when her neck...
I understand.
How can you? My Livia was innocent.
I have lost family to the rope. To treachery.
Il Carnefice watches from his home on the hill above. He threatens to hang me if I cut her rope.
I mean, she's already dead. What point would cutting the rope serve right now?
When you are ready, take her down. I will deal with Il Carnefice.
I'm not even sure who this guy is that I'm going to go kill right now. It's just like, oh, this guy, he did a bad. I guess it's time to go assassinate him. Like, does he even have any significance to the overall plot? Okay, I see we're approaching a restricted zone. But I also see that... Oh, no, never mind, there are guards. It's like, maybe I'll try to assassinate the guards. You know, be sneaky. For as sneaky as I can be without a crouch button and the ability to lure people to hiding spots.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot. Ezio's Eagle Vision doesn't highlight people through walls. See, when I was playing Tears of the Kingdom earlier, I was trying to do a more, like, stealthy approach. But, you know, being a fan of Assassin's Creed, it does kind of highlight how Breath of the Wild stealth, or Tears of the Kingdom stealth elements are kind of underbaked by comparison, because you don't have, like, really any stealth tools other than the ability to hide. So, like, you know, you compare it to Assassin's Creed, where, like, you get the ability to see through walls, so you know where your enemies are. In later games, you get the Eagle, so you can scout an area before you actually, like, go there yourself. So you know, like, what the terrain is going to be like, so you can scout ahead to the hiding spots. But you don't get that in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. So its stealth elements definitely feel lacking by comparison. And even if you compare it to other, like, action stealth games, like Dishonored. Like, Dishonored has an ability to see through walls. Which does kind of make me want them to make a Zelda game where you do have more stealth options. But I don't know that they would ever do that. I think Tears of the Kingdom is as far towards, you know, quote-unquote RPG Zelda, you know, where you get to be stealthy, or you get to choose your approach. You could be stealthy or more of a warrior, or jump off a roof and break your legs. Like, I think Echoes of Wisdom is a sign that the next Zelda is probably, you know, next time we play as Link in a Zelda game, he's probably going to be a more traditional Link. Probably not going to have different weapons that he can choose. At least not in terms of, like, you know, one-handed sword, two-handed sword, spear, that kind of thing. Which I wouldn't mind. I would like to see it go back to where, like, your weapons are more significant. And I don't mean that as, like, oh, get rid of weapon durability. Like, no, I don't care about that. I mean, like, I miss when a sword upgrade was a big deal, or getting a different kind of sword was a big deal. You know, like in Ocarina of Time when you... Excuse me. Dude. Okay. Yes. Okay, I can read that. Hang on, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Yeah, I like how in Ocarina of Time, how getting the Bigoron sword is like an entire side quest. Like, I miss that. I miss when the mirror shield was a thing. So I would like to see a return of that kind of equipment screen. Are there fireworks? Is there some kind of festival going on right now? Well, there's Niccolo.
Ezio, what a surprise to see you here.
I thought you had sent for me.
Never. News of the Villa attack has spread across the city. We were certain that you were dead.
Not yet. I am still very much alive.
The Borgia must not discover that you escaped them.
New man in town. Full synchronization. Throw the Borgia captain into the scaffolding to kill them. Or scaffold. It's currently scaffold. It's
Follow
not...
me. Take care not to draw any undue attention.
Actually, wait.
When do I ever?
Does ing imply it's, you know, going from scaffold to scaffolding? Does that mean... With the joke I'm trying to make, does the ing mean it's currently scaffold? Or... I guess it would mean currently scaffold. So, if we go by that logic, then if scaffolding is when it is currently...
You will not live long in Roma without supplies.
Then what is...
I have my blade.
Scaffold? Would that be like past tense?
And the guards have their guns, courtesy of the Borgia. Fortunately, I can help you.
I guess it would be like walked and walking.
Grazie.
Or read and reading. Yeah, that's better comparison. Read and reading.
As soon as I hear some, I will let you know.
So I guess the joke I'm trying to make is like treating scaffold like it's a verb? With, like, you should scaffold, then you will be scaffolding. It's like you should read, then you'll be reading. So like you should scaffold. You'll be scaffolding. I'll buy a stiletto, then I'll have a small knife and I can throw throwing knives at people. And if I hold the button, I should be able to hit 3 people with the throwing knives. And if they rebalance them like I think they rebalanced them, if I'm remembering right,
Now you can survive
I should be able to hit 3 people at once with them? Or not.
I'm not going to Firenze.
Throwing knives should be
There will
insta-kill,
be
I
no
think.
peace until we rise up against the entire Borgia family and the Templars who served them.
I do not recall such brave talk at Monteriggion.
How could I have known that they would find me so quickly? That they would kill Mario?
Rodrigo surrounds himself with snakes and murderers. Even his daughter Lucrezia has been sharpened into one of his most artful weapons. But she pales in comparison to the man behind the villa attack. He is ambitious, ruthless, and cruel beyond imagining. The laws of men mean nothing to him. He murdered his own brother to take power. He knows neither danger nor fatigue. Those who do not fall by his sword clamor to join his ranks. The powerful Orsini and Colonna families have been brought to kneel at his feet, and the King of France stands at his side.
Give me his name.
Cesare.
Hang on, I get this. Get this
What
chest.
does he intend to do with his power? What drives the man?
Jar of
That I
leeches.
still do not know. But Ezio, Cesare has set
Sorry, what were you
his
saying?
sights on all of Italia, and at this rate he will have it.
Is that admiration I hear in your voice?
Is that a
He knows how to
flag?
exercise his will.
I didn't know they brought back
A rare
flags.
virtue in the world today.
Are those instead of feathers or in addition to? Because that is one thing I do not remember. I mean, as long as I can see them, as well as I could see the feathers when using Eagle Vision in Assassin's Creed 2, I might try to go for them. Like I'm still not gonna promise 100%, but I would like to try. Excuse me. Didn't mean to pickpocket.
Should we not
And
travel by
the
horse?
red of their
Roma
clothes
is
is
quite
so
large.
sharp.
As Cesare's conquests in Romagna
Looks so good.
continue to succeed, and the Borgia grow in power, they have taken desirable areas of the city for themselves. We cannot use the stables here.
Oh, the will of the Borgia is law now?
What are you implying, Ezio?
Do not play dumb with me, Machiavelli.
Do you have some kind of plan?
I am improvising.
Kill the Borgia captain by throwing him into scaffold. Oh, okay. I thought they were giving me the tutorial about how some of them like to flee. I remember that being a problem. Oh, right. I'm in the area. It's like, what are you looking at me for? It's because I'm in a restricted zone. That's probably what. So I'm gonna have to... This is a viewpoint. I think I gotta get the viewpoint later. When I burn the tower. With the lemons. See, I brought it back to that. Hang on, can I... Okay, well...
I've lost sight of it.
It didn't go like I wanted it to. Don't mind me. Just a guy who almost fell off a roof. Don't ask what I was doing up there. I think to get the bonus objective, I am actually gonna have to cause a ruckus that makes him come over here. Because I think that I think that right there. Can I can't go into aim mode. Yeah, I think that scaffolding right there is the scaffold with which I must kill him. He saw his friend just get stabbed, and he's like, oh, it sucks to be him. Okay, so I don't have a crossbow yet, which is a shame, because that's a very helpful tool. However, as I was just saying about throwing knives, it's hard to select on the wheel sometimes. I should be able to possibly get both of them instantly dead with... Yes! Yes! Okay, and now I can enter open combat. If I grab him, throw him... No, not into the corner of the wall. Grab him, throw... Not that way. Get back up. Come on. Come on, you. Okay. Throw him there. Got him. So now I believe I just go up. Or never mind, I go back to Machiavelli. But I want the tower. I gotta get the Borgia Tower. Oh, I can't climb there. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the buff to throwing knives. Assuming they are buffed and it's not just like, oh, well, those were low-level guys, so of course they didn't have enough health to survive a throwing knife attack. I also noticed I threw 3 knives even though I was starting in 2 people. I will have to be sure to upgrade my throwing knife belt immediately so that I can hold a lot of knives and not have to worry about wasting knives. Okay, I can't change back to... There we go. Keep my sword on. I forgot to check for the burn prompt. Excuse me. Or is he gonna tell me about having to burn them?
Just because you kill a few guards does not mean the people will grant access to the stables.
You are right. We need to send a signal.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Wait here.
So I didn't need to climb and get the viewpoint because you automatically get the viewpoint when you... Dude. You automatically do the viewpoint when you burn the tower. Or ignite the tower, as I should use the game's terminology. I just noticed I got a health square. It's like, when did I get that? Oh yeah, that's right. The game made me buy armor.
It seems the stable is now available for purchase.
After you.
Controllers are still vibrating like the tower is still exploding. Get out of the way, horse guy.
Will be blessed by the bringing out of Giotto's ascension and San Corsolas left arm.
100% sync. Nice. Oh, it's X. Renovate the stable for free? And now we'll have a little bit of passive income too, right? Yeah, 48 every 20 minutes. It's not much, but it's a beginning. Don't lose any health. Oh, jeez. Well, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what kind of mission this is, because if we get ambushed, I'm probably gonna get hit. I imagine any mission that involves not losing any health at all is gonna take some retries. I am prone to mistakes. I do not do well with mission objectives that are don't make any mistakes. But then again, I guess that's just kind of, you know, I imagine a lot of people like that, you know. bound to make at least one mistake that would cause them to fail the mission or the bonus objective. And that's why they exist, is because it's a challenge to not get hit.
But can you also close them?
I intend to heal the sickness, not treat its symptoms.
Stop sparring with me.
Fine. Let us talk openly then. Rodrigo Borgia's death would not have solved anything.
I am inclined to disagree.
Look at this city, the center of Borgia and Templar rule. Killing one man will not change things.
Especially since Cesare is the focal point of this game.
Are you suggesting we have
Rodrigo does die, and it solves nothing. He will die later in the story, and it doesn't get us anywhere.
Our belief in humanity rests at the heart of the Assassin Brotherhood.
He must be from your inner circle. Go, get back what you have stolen.
Like you have to tell me to get back my stolen wallet.
I am meeting a contact there. Give me back my money!
I'm glad he got into a shoving match with that random stranger. Oh, okay, there we go. That was easy. I can only hope they'll all be that easy. Can I renovate this? Don't call for a horse. Under border control. Okay. Okay, now call for a horse. How did I do it before? I pressed X. Can I not do it because my horse is already here? Is this my horse? Mount the horse, please. I'm sure I was saying something about, you know, what I would like to see from future Zelda games. Like, wherever that train of thought was going, my point is basically just, yeah, it's just... I'm fine with them moving away from, like, a, you know, kind of more or less choose-your-own-class kind of system. Going back to a more focused design. Echoes of Wisdom was definitely I don't want to say step in the right direction, like Breath of the Wild was a step in the wrong direction, but you know what I mean. It was a good return to form, and I'm excited to see them expand upon that in the next game. Possibly bring back the Echo system, possibly not. Either way would be cool. So up this way. But I think I would prefer something more traditional than even Echoes of Wisdom, like, you know, a more traditional experience where you are Link and you have a sword and you get items. You know, you get the hook shot, you get... I was gonna name other items, but it's like, I don't need specific items, but you know, I would like that feel again of having, of beating a dungeon and getting an item like the hook shot.
But last time, scanning in eagle vision seemed to help.
Where? Oh, right there, okay. Well, I'm right next to it, so I might as well. If I can get close enough to be able to scan it. Am I still not close enough? There's a feather on my map too? Okay. I was trying to get closer, but can I not grab the top of that banner? I guess not. Where do they want me to be? Oh, there we go. No, don't go off the banner. Seriously? Hello? Oh, I claim in them now. That's right. Oh, I gotta walk towards the box.
You dropped out of the grid. Where were you?
Not sure. Some kind of fragmented memory?
I didn't know Ezio visited
Maybe you
the
should
library
stop.
of the Boo
good.
Mansion in Super
I wanna
Mario
keep going.
64. Cluster 1. Still
Loading.
mad at those puzzles from the other game. Masters all, they did not work, but ruled from on high. Nope, don't. I wanted to zoom. Yeah, sure, those look like eyes ruling from on high. And there's a king on his throne. They look fancy, but I don't know that they're royalty. There's a dog in that painting. Okay, yeah, I think... Wait, select... I don't know if the order matters. Maybe the person holding the candle there is the master in this case. Nope. Apparently A to deselect. Like I want to keep hitting B to reset. Even though I just did. Maybe this counts because they're the masters of the dog? Maybe this one because the one person's, you know, the person who owns the foot that is being worked on right there? Or are they measuring the foot? Are they a shoemaker? I think there's fancy person. Yeah, there we go.
Loading.
It's the person on the left that was in the pink dress. Moving away from the sovereign and his crossed brow, the people take 2 steps forward. Okay, away from the sovereign. 2 steps forward.
Loading.
They become increasingly aware of our existence. They can no longer rely on the divine right of the aristocracy to maintain control. We need a new system, something much more subtle.
Loading.
Is that my reward for completing it, or is that
zone.
just another piece? Okay, we're still going.
Quarantine lifted.
I'll put 16's video files here. Hopefully they'll begin to make sense as you free up each file.
Ah, yes. I understand perfectly. Also, apparently I could replay the puzzle? No way I'm doing that. Okay, now to stop getting distracted from my distraction. Okay, so... Oh, there's only 10. Right, there's only 10 feathers in this game. And then for some reason, like 101 Borgia flags. Not a clean 100. They just had to put one more down. I almost wonder if it was an easy one that's supposed to be like, hey, look, this is a collectible. and then I just missed it. But maybe the one I got was supposed to be the easy one. I mean, Niccolo does walk right past it as you're following him for the story. But I wonder if I were like at 100% speedrunner of this game, would that have been my first flag? Or would it have been a different one? Oh, wait, no, I'm down here now. Ah, I need to go back up. Okay, well, I'm not too far down. I just need to take these stairs. Then up these. Conservatory. Conservatory? What would the English version of that word be? Conservatorium? Or is it conservatory?
You liberate your money from
but
our
with a
friend?
Y instead of an I?
Indeed.
A small victory.
They add up, and in time with work, we'll have a few dozen more.
And in time, Cesare's gaze will return to us, and we'll be broken again. Now, where is my contact, Vinicio? He should have already intercepted the letter. Follow me.
Who's got mail? Me? No, the courier. I have to catch up in under a minute. Timed ones are also another thing I'm probably gonna have to redo. Especially the, what were they called again? The Romulus layers? Because I know, I think some of those are like, you gotta complete it in under this amount of time. And I always came in like a few seconds short each time I did them the first time. So it's one of those things where like you definitely have to know the route and know what you're looking for before you can do it under the time limit. Why is it playing the chase music if Niccolo's not going fast? Come on, man. Speed it up.
Look at these facades masquerading as government. The Pope is very clever to keep this place business. It fools your friend, the people, quite easily.
When did you become so cynical?
I merely describe the reality of Roma today. But all may not be lost. Good news is that we have allies in the city. How much longer this will last, however, I cannot say.
I wonder what the real Niccolo Machiavelli would have thought of, or would think of current Rome.
He was attempting to steal official Vatican mail.
I wonder if it got any better than what he saw in his time, or if it's any worse, or if it's just the same.
I am working for no one. Then no one will care what we do to you.
Okay, get off the horse. Oh, yeah, okay. Hang on. Still trying to remember the controls. There we go.
Grazie.
Where is it?
The courier still has the letter.
Ezio, stop him! Find me at the pyramid!
Okay, so I have to catch him and not kill him. Because otherwise I just shoot him. That was also kind of easy. But I know it's early game. Of course it's going to be easy. I'm not going to expect all the bonus objectives to be that easy to do. Like I said, especially the Romulus layers, which I'm sure I'm going to have to do more than once. And that's going to be a pain. But that's only if I care about doing that, which may depend. I can't climb trees. They haven't invented that system in the parkour coding for the game yet. It's not programmed to let me do that yet. It's definitely something I love about the later games, is that they let you climb trees. It just feels so natural to be able to do it, you know? Like, if there's a tree there and you have the ability to climb, you should be able to climb the tree, right? Like, this should be a thing. And it works into the level design so well, because it's like, hey, you're on this roof. and you want to get to that roof, but the buildings are too far apart, try tree. Deliver the letter to Machiavelli near the Termedid... that place. Don't lose health. Remind me to not recklessly jump off of ledges. Or to not get stabbed by a follower of Romulus. Still have no idea what Romulus even is. I've never looked that up. Okay, I'm being very careful to get in counterattacks if they come at me. Whoa! Oh, did I just... yeah, I lost health. Darn it! There's too many guys! There's too many guys to not lose health to.
Where did these murderers come from?
That's some dough knives, though. But that's the only part. That's the only part of that mission, and you do it.
From in here.
I'll worry about it later. Like I said, I don't want to prolong these streams for too much. Or maybe I do, and maybe I want to prolong them until the Switch 2 version of Assassin's Creed Shadows comes out. I'm not going to do that. I will let things lie where... or fall... lie where they fall. Wherever I end up finishing these games at, that will help me determine which version of Shadows I buy. Yeah, see, finish within 8 minutes. It's going to be a lot harder to do when I don't remember where to go. I mean, this one's spelling it out for me, but I'm not sure that they all will. Actually, now I'm not even sure where to go. Because that looks like I could... Okay, yeah, there we go. I made it. Looked like I could jump to it, which I could. But what about this? Oh, yeah, I made it. It just reminds me when I was doing this, the first time I streamed this game, I was doing a Romulus layer when I was talking about how Battleborn was playable again. Now every time I do one of these, I'm just going to remember what, how exciting it was to be able to play that game again. And it's going to make me want to go play it. I think Battleborn Day is coming up. I think it's next month. I may stream more of it then. Okay. Which way do I go? Oh, alright, there we go. Hey, what do you think broke these pillars? Because these gashes don't just appear from normal decay. That's like something was slashing it. I'm sure the intent is that it's just decay, and you're not supposed to think about the fact that they're perfect handholds to be able to climb this path. But it sure doesn't look like it's natural decay. Okay, so that's 3. And obviously, the 4th one is over there. But how do I get to it? From there, and here, across? Okay. I don't know why I had to say that with uncertainty in my voice. Across? Here? Maybe? It's like, no, yeah, of course. You made it that far. And then that lets... Okay. Sure. It's like there's not really a reason why that should have happened from pressing all 4 of the switches, but in a video game. Oh no, the wolves. I thought I had 7 days till the wolves. Why do I feel like I made that joke last time? I probably did. It's always funny when that happens, when I think the same joke. Like when I'm editing something and I think the same joke to myself, and then in the footage I make the joke again. It's like, oh, I was just thinking that. I don't know if it's good that I, you know, made a joke that I would make. Obviously. I mean, like, make a joke that I would still find funny later, or if it's bad, that I'm predictable enough to make the same joke multiple times. Okay, so wait, I think... Can I climb one of these? Hang on, I think I messed up. I think I have to... Yeah, okay, this feels right. So I gotta climb one of these. Yeah, and that gets me above the gate. And I can take this path along over the gate, because I'm above the gate, like I just said. But then, I not only go above that gate, because I'm above that gate, I'm also above... Well, not here. There's no gate here. But I'm above... It won't let me move the camera. I'm above that gate, too. That gate right there. So that lets me get here. Progress. Am I supposed to hit a switch while I'm over here? No? Okay, just making sure. So that gets me over one gate, which gets me over this gate, which I think the end goal is to get over this one. And then I get to pull the lever. I like how he knew he had to twist it and then push it in. I'm sure if you fiddle with that switch long enough, you'd figure that out eventually. Oh. A lake of fire. It looks like lava. Is that the sound of another pool igniting? Man, my face itches, but I don't want to take my hand off the controller. Because I want to get the bonus objective. I want to keep moving. Okay, that gave me time to scratch my face. Cladag ring? So I assume because the camera was pointing that way that I'm actually supposed to go onto this statue. Is it Caesar? You kill him at the end of Origins, I think. Et tu, Aya. Yeah, I read apparently that the... I forget if it was like the character design team or the writers, but Aya was originally intended to be the protagonist of Origins. And, you know, corporate meddling happened and like, oh, well, female protagonists don't sell games. So they shoehorned in Bayek, which I like Bayek, but I think I would have preferred if it was just Aya. Or, you know, if Aya was the protagonist and Bayek was the supporting character. Because I don't think I really care for Aya as a supporting character, but she could have made a cool protagonist. She should have been the protagonist because she's the one on the statue, like I said before. If I were in charge of Assassin's Creed, when you're finished with the Desmond saga, start making stories about the people that have statues. You know, make Origins and have Aya be the protagonist. And, you know, make a game about the guy with the hidden blade and the guy with the spear, the guy with the bow. I'm just naming weapons at this point, like just saying the guy with this weapon, which is not helpful to anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about. I barely know who I'm talking about. I want that flag. How How hard to get is that flag? This is definitely going to be the kind of thing where, like, I will not be able to do both. I would not be able to get the time, you know, complete the bonus objective for time and also get the collectibles. Do I have to be up here? Was I supposed to swing along the bar? Okay, well, here's this. Yeah, like I said, some of the statues are only those characters only show up as like characters in comics. At the very least, I think the bow person is in. They only show up in a comic, which I think is wasted potential. Like, I'm sure there were an ample amount of people who got into that room in Assassin's Creed 2 and they saw all those statues and they saw Altair and they thought, man, are the future games gonna focus on all these other people who have their own statues just like Altair? So it's disappointing that the answer was no. They don't even get to be protagonists. They get to, if they do show up in the game, they're a side character. Although I guess that, you know, it kind of depends on your approach, or, you know, your mentality about, oh, this is out. Ah, failed. Okay. Really, I think these Romulus layers are going to determine whether or not I get completion on the synchronization. You know, 100% on full sync, to say that in a faster way. Because if I am still if I still have this much of the layer to do, and my 8 minutes are already up, like, I don't know where I could have saved time. I feel like I was doing good.
Now I can get back up here.
He said the thing! Well, not quite the thing, but he said one of the lines. One of several sorts of now I have a way back up if I fall lines. Which is indeed the thing. No, don't keep going. Keep going around. I want the chest. Fine. But yeah, I guess if you look at it from a certain way, like if you were one of the writers on the Assassin's Creed team, would you want to write an entire story about someone who was on a statue, you know, with the kind of, I don't know the word. You know, the kind of importance that character has, like, oh, you gotta make sure your story is really good if you're gonna write about a character who was so cool they got a statue. You know, I'm sure it puts a lot of pressure on the writers. Or would put a lot of pressure on the writers if they did that, which is probably why they didn't. It's like you gotta make that story really, you know, make sense why they were so cool that they got a statue. Or, you know, you could just make them a side character and then have them show up in someone else's story and, you know, be cool for a little bit, but they don't have to be cool for the entire game because you don't have to see them for the entire game. And it's less you have to do. It's less pressure to write a good story, I guess. I mean, not that writers don't always set out to do good stories. But, you know, if you're writing about a character who's hyped up in other games, then there's more pressure to succeed. Where am I even going? I'm not even sure I'm going the right way. Excuse me. And again, if I already failed having 8 minutes, then where am I going to shave off time to complete that bonus objective? I mean, obviously here, right now, where I'm struggling to figure out where I'm going. Yeah, obviously, right now is where I could be shaving time. Yes, I did mean to say shaving. You know, shaving off time. There's a way to say it that's a little less strange. Here's where I could be saving myself some time. Oh, that's how you're supposed to do that. No, Ezio! That's not how you're supposed to do it. Okay, try to stay a little more centered on these. But I guess I say all that about like, oh, you know, put a lot of pressure on you writing about someone who got a statue. I say that like they didn't make Assassin's Creed Shadows with a real person in it as a protagonist. Like, I'm sure that's even more pressure to write about a real person and then make it, you know, true to who they were, but then also be just an interesting story in general. Man, good thing that fell that way and not towards Ezio. Probably would have killed him. It's like sad to think about how many action heroes could have had their stories end in a ridiculous place if they just, you know, got unlucky with something they were climbing on and it fell from under them and they fell and died. I think there's a movie that has that as a plot point, actually. I think it's called The Other Guys, where it's supposed to be a movie about, like, you know, oh, you know, action movies where you have these two cool guys. This isn't about them. This is about the other cops who have a way back up if they fall.
Perfect. A route up if I fall.
It's about the other cops that do all the paperwork. And then there's a point where the action heroes try to pull off a ballsy move, and then they die. Okay, I don't think I'm supposed to be climbing on that part. Maybe go a little higher. Maybe jump. No. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where are we supposed to go? Hello? There. Okay, now. Oh, right. Okay, camera. Camera knew what I was going to ask. Where are we going? Up. Camera said up. I feel like it's probably pretty standard, probably done a bunch of times, joke on YouTube with like, you know, oh, here's what it would be like if, you know, Assassin's Creed, but the little handhold they had slipped, and they fell to their death, and then here's the bad guys reacting to them dying in such a silly way. It feels like the kind of like, I was gonna say easy thing. I don't mean to say like all YouTube humor is easy, but you know, the kind of thing someone would be like, hey, that'd be a funny joke, and then they make like a little video about it. A quick little video. Okay, we're through. I wonder what my overall time there was, and how much time I could save by not fumbling that last room. But like I said, I ran out of 8 minutes before I even got there, so I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Well, okay, I have a slight idea. I'm gonna look it up. There's no way those tomatoes are still good. Do not eat those tomatoes. Yeah, I'm gonna look up a guide to try to see like how to get that time objective, because there might be secrets. There might be skips you can do. Or maybe you do just have to like speed run it flawlessly, which is what I'm afraid of. If that's the case, I do not want to do it. I do not want to complete any game that has required speed running. Scroll around this, whatever. Not reading that. It's like, I like for example, there's this game called Pankapu that I really like, but I will never 100% it because part of its completion is to do the time trials on the levels. And I tried them, and it is, you know, you definitely have to like know exactly where you can save time, And I don't like that. I don't like doing corner cutting speed runs. Really, speed running in general, it's just not for me. I don't like replaying a level over and over again trying to get it perfect. I have enough challenge with that doing, like, acing a level of Little Big Planet. Which, not to brag, but I did recently finish acing all the story levels in Little Big Planet 1, so I think I know what I'm talking about. I'm kidding.
Quite convenient.
Exactly. I believe the Borgia are supporting them, but proof remains scarce. That is why the letter is so important.
Here it is. I hope you can break a cipher.
Cazzo. Another encryption. This one was supposed to be legible. They are transmitting them using a code sheet. Without it, we have nothing.
Sometimes logic is not the only way to win a war. Andiamo. You said we had allies in the city. Bring me to them.
Follow me.
We sure do have allies in the city. We have all of our allies from the previous game. They're all relocated to Rome. Conveniently. Rome's income increased. Wow. Profit. There's no dialogue. There probably should be some dialogue from walking over here.
We recently began traveling through the tunnels to avoid the guards, but many of the entrances in the city are broken. By using them, we can get to our destination rapidly without encountering resistance.
Fast travel, which you don't have to pay for. I was trying to say that grammatically correctly, and I didn't end up. For which you don't have to pay. There we go. Because you had I forget what they were, but it was like a fast travel merchant booth you would go to. You would pay, and it would let you go to other locations. Some of them were stables, and some of them were like piers, where you would get on a ship. So that, like, I can't just say like, oh, you know, you go to the ferryman. Because they weren't all the same thing.
I know you were used to better accommodations in Toscana.
It is perfect.
Bene. Then I am off to begin preparations for Romagna. Today, Cesare commands my men, but soon, I hope we will be free.
It's a very fancy set of armies.
Now I propose we begin planning our assault on the Borgia.
Oh, you think we are ready for such an attack?
Si.
Do you know, for instance, where the Borgia troops took Caterina Sforza?
What?
Are you also unaware that the Borgia have captured the Apple of Eden?
How could we have lost the apple?
So, you do not know what goes on with our enemies. Do we at least have an underground here to work with?
Hardly.
We are underground.
Our mercenaries are ensnared in a losing battle with Cesare's French allies. We have girls working for us in a brothel, frequented by cardinals and other important Romans. But the madam there is lazy, and would rather attend parties than further our cause.
What about the city's thieves? Do they have a guild?
Si, but they refuse to talk to us. I don't know why. What are you going to do?
Make some friends.
More like find the ones I already have. Are we getting pulled out of the Animus? Or is it just going to reload the chapter? I don't think Brotherhood pulls you out of the Animus all that much. So I think it's just going into a new sequence. Armor broken. I like how that tip is phrased. It isn't saying like this is the icon for when your armor is broken. It's just saying armor broken. Visit a blacksmith to repair it. New items unlock the blacksmith. Okay, so that's the hideout. That's some guy begging on our doorstep. Oh, and there's a viewpoint. I should get that. Revenue deposit made, 100 florins. I was gonna say 500. That's not right. Hey, wait. Get down. Get down. Board your flag. Is that a second one? No, that's a chest. You know what's another game I just remembered is coming out soon that I'm excited for? I'm excited for Secret of the Mimic, the new Five Nights at Freddy's game. And I want to stream that when it comes out too, so I probably won't be able to do launch because I think it's like the early June. So I'll probably be playing Shadows by then, but probably once Shadows is done, then I'll do that. Then I'll do Secret of the Mimic. I don't normally do good with Five Nights at Freddy's games. Actually, I say that, but I have beaten the first 3, I think. I don't remember if I beat 3, but definitely 1 and 2. I don't know what I'm looking for. All right, the blacksmith. Just right below me. I'd like to climb down faster, but also not so fast that I fall and die. $800. Oh, I have one on it. I didn't realize I had 3,000 florins. Yeah, really just Ultimate Custom Night and Pizzeria Simulator. Unfortunately enough for me, the 2 free ones. Like, those are the 2 that I can't handle for some reason. Well, okay, I know the reason. Because Ultimate Custom Night is overwhelming. There was a lot to it, and there's a lot to remember. You know, because like basically every animatronic has their own pattern. Not every. I know there are some that are like they all have the same. Like Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie are both just like when they come into the office, put the mask on. But there was a lot of animatronics in that game, and there are a lot of different patterns for them to have, and it's hard for me to keep it all, you know, in my head. And Pizzeria Simulator is difficult because there are no cameras. So you entirely have to listen. Which I'm not good at because it's the same reason why I never really played the 4th game as well, because that one's also big on sound cues. It's like, I don't want to turn the volume up to try to hear sound cues to save myself from dying, when the consequence for dying is a loud sound effect plays. So I don't want to turn the volume up and then lose and then go deaf. Like, it's jarring. The jump scares are jarring enough for me when they happen. I jump enough already at putting it at a low volume. I don't need to turn the volume up. I then have it be even more of a jump. What are you doing? Incense. Okay. Stop following me. Okay, what is here? Art merchant. Oh. Under control of a Borgia Tower. Maybe I'll do a Borgia Tower. Do a Borgia Tower and then I'll end. Seems like a good place to end. I know some of the Borgia Towers you're just not allowed to do until a certain point in the story, so hopefully any I can actually reach on foot, I should be able to do. I think the ones I'm thinking of where you can't, like, you could see them but you can't do them yet are, like, they're just blocked by sequence, where it's just like, oh, you haven't been into, Ezio wasn't in this area of Rome at this point in time. He doesn't know what it was like. He doesn't have a memory of it. So it just puts up a I was gonna say invisible wall. No, I think it's a pretty visible wall, but you know, an animus wall where it's like you can't go here. Okay, so there's guards at the front door, of course. And I will go over them, naturally. I see a guy over there. Get my throwing knives ready. Oh, I just made that tip go away. I would have liked to know what it said, but I think it was telling me that sometimes they flee. So just have to be careful not to get caught. Don't catch me already, as I was just saying, don't get caught. Okay, good, he died. Yeah, I think it's just that these guys have 2 health. And the throwing knives do 3 scores of health. But for now, they're good. And I am glad. Those guys are still searching. I think that was one of the problems I had when I was trying to replay Origins. It was like, if you get caught, the guards will be searching like forever. It takes them so long to stop looking for you. Okay, I don't know how I floated down like a feather. Okay, please. Where are you? Hello? Is this gonna help me jump into the... There we go. Oh, hello. Patrolling with his guards. Hey, come check out the hay. See, this is why I love Assassin's Creed 3, introducing the ability to whistle from hiding spot. It was bad. Getting to come over and investigate the hay. Come on, assassinate. Fine. As long as he's not running away. Ow. Okay. I don't know why Ezio was dodging. I was not pressing strafe or dodge or anything. Gotcha. Get off your horse! You jerk! You cheating jerk! Get off your horse! This isn't Fire Emblem! Why did I untarget? Is he fleeing? No, he's on a horse now. No, maybe he is fleeing. Not when I have a gun. Difficulty 3, oh. But I don't feel so bad that I botched it. Okay, right, these are bigger guys. Gotta dodge them. You keep saying, keep on him, boys, I'll handle it? Then why do they have to keep on it if you're the one who's gonna handle it? Ouch. Oops, no, don't. Your boys are dead. Now so are you. Don't know who you're telling to keep on them. Look at all that stuff. I was gonna say all my ammo is full. No, not yet. I still need 1 more bullet. And I'm taking medicine, but get a lot of stuff from high-level guys. I think Revelations was also pretty good about that. actual tower part is this way. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. Also, I haven't said it yet, but this switch port looks pretty good. Like, 2 also looked good, which, you know, it would be the same collection. But I think there were definitely elements that were, like, noticeably still kind of outdated. I don't know if that's just this port in general, or just how they handled the HD Ezio collection. But this version holds up, I think, better. Okay, I don't think I can get up from there. Because Brotherhood actually was a pretty significant graphic update, I think. Graphical upgrade, I think. So it makes sense that this one looks nicer. Really, I think it's... I don't know how intensive the HD versions on, like, PlayStation and Xbox are for this, you know, particular release of the Ezio collection. Ezio collection, if I can talk right. But it makes sense that the Switch versions might just be just the same game, you know, same as the original, just with like higher resolution and consistent frame rate. Because, you know, you gotta remember, these came out on PS3, so of course the Switch should be able to handle a PS3 game. You know, should. I don't know if can, because I'm not a specs person, but... Alright, I'm gonna end there. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with more Brotherhood on Wednesday. We'll go find our allies, I guess. Bye.